Good morning, friends. Yesterday we saw the cases, yes, for a convex lens and a concave lens. When the object is placed at different distances, what is the kind of image you get? The nature, the position, and the size of the image. Today we are going to derive the lens formula just like we derived the mirror formula. So, we'll first go with the diagram, and I hope you do remember the sign convention. This time for the sign convention, what we'll do, we'll place the lens in such a way that the optical center falls exactly on the origin. So you draw a lens in such a way that the optical center falls exactly on the origin. Now the convention we know, when the object is placed upward, the height is positive. If the image is real and inverted, the height will be negative. Distance is on the left side. The object is always placed on the left side, so it is negative. Okay. So what we have got here, let us start to write. We had the optical center O. We have got F1 on one side, 2F1, and here we have F2 and 2F2. Okay. So wherever you may place the object, say you place the object right here. So where will the image be formed? If we follow the rules, then we have the ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis. Yes, it is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, passes through the focus, and one which is passing through the focus, or we'll say passing through O, keeps on continuing through O. So what do we have? Yes, the one which passes through O will directly continue through O. So this is what is the rule we have here, F2, and so the image is formed here. Okay, so I call this object A, B, and the image A prime, B prime. So this is the convention we have. Now we'll write whatever consideration we have taken. All the distances are measured from the optical center O. So the object distance is what here? OB. See, where is the object placed at a distance B? So we have got object distance is OB, and object is on the left side, so we'll call it U. This is U, so we'll call it minus U because it is on the left side. The distance is U, but the minus sign indicates it is on the left side. Okay? Then the image distance. Where is the image formed? From O at B prime. So image distance is O prime, OB prime. Let us call the distance as V. The distance is V and it is on the right side, so this time it is positive. Okay? The focal length. Now we know for the lens, focal length of the lens, if the light object is on the left side, then the light after the refraction travels on the right side. So the focal length is what? OF2. The focal length is OF2. Because it is on the right side, we'll just write it F. And the radius of curvature is O2F2. The radius of this side O2F2, that is, we'll write R. This is also positive because the radius, we have to take which one? When light falls from this side for the lens, the radius of curvature is on the right, the focal length is on the right, the image is also on the right, only the object is on the left. So we have got this. Now let us start with the derivation. So for the derivation we have to select first our triangles. Which triangles do we take? So look at triangle AOB. Triangle AOB is similar to triangle which one? Now look at AOB. In AOB, this angle and this angle is equal because they are vertically opposite. This angle and this angle is equal because they are 90 degree. So by AA axiom, the two triangles are similar. So AOB is similar to A prime OB prime. A prime OB prime. And because they are similar, what result follows from this? A prime B prime upon AB, A prime B prime upon AB equal to OB prime upon OB. This is result 1. Right? So understood which triangle they have taken? AOB and A prime OB prime. Okay. Now look at triangle. Which triangle? Okay, let me call this point C. Let me notice this point as C. Where it meets here, let me call this point C, where it meets the lens. So now I am taking triangle CF2O. CF2O. This triangle CF2O and A prime F2B prime. Similar to A prime F2 B prime. Can you see this? This triangle here and this triangle here. Why they are similar? Again, this and this are equal, vertically opposite. This is 90 and this is 90. So these two triangles are similar. So what do I have this time? I have A prime B prime. A prime B prime upon OC. A prime B prime upon OC equal to what? F2B prime upon F2O. F2. Okay, or OF2. Now, one thing again. You can see this OC and you can see AB. Because this line is parallel to the axis, OC equal to AB, so I can replace OC with AB. So I can write here A prime B prime upon AB. Why I have done that? Because OC here equal to AB. So this is result number 2. Now what do you see from these two results? A prime B prime upon AB equal to OB prime upon OB. A prime B prime upon AB is F2 B prime upon F2O. So I can write OB prime upon OB. This one is equal to F2 B prime upon F2O. Right? Now let us put the things. OB prime is nothing but V. In place of OB prime I put V upon OB. OB is minus U equal to F2 B prime. What is F2 B prime? Now F2 B prime, to find it, you will have to do OB prime minus OF2. So what do you write here? OB prime, the whole thing, minus OF2 upon OF2. Yes? This is what we get so far. Have you followed till here? Okay. So, again, what is OB prime? OB prime is V. V. OF2 is F. So, V minus F upon F. So, what we have here? V upon minus U is V minus F upon F. Now, we don't need this. So, just look at this. Write down. We have V upon minus U implies this equal to V minus F upon F implies cross multiply Vf minus UV, Vf minus UV, sorry, Vf minus no, Vf equal to minus UV plus UF. Yes, Vf equal to minus UV plus UF. So what will we get now if we rearrange this? Is it clear till here? Now we will rearrange it. Can you rearrange it and solve? Can you solve it further now? So if we rearrange, we get UV on this side. UV equal to UF minus VF. Okay? UV on this side equal to VF minus UF. Now the next step here, divide everything by UVF. Here also UVF. Here also UVF. Here the UV gets cut. Here UF gets cut. Here VF gets cut. So what are we left with? Finally, 1 upon F equal to 1 upon V minus 1 upon U. This is our length formula. So the mirror formula was 1 upon F equal to 1 upon V plus 1 upon U. Mirror formula was 1 upon F equal to 1 upon V plus 1 upon U. The length formula is 1 upon F equal to 1 upon V minus 1 upon U. What is the F? It is the focal length of the lens. V is the image distance. So if it is virtual, the real and inverted on the right side, virtual and direct on the left side. U is the object distance. U will always remain negative because according to sign convention, we always put the object on the left side. So we have derived the mirror formula. I hope you have followed. Again, object is always on the left side. By convention, we keep on the left side. So object distance OB equal to minus U. The image is formed here. So OB prime is V because it is formed on the right side. The focal length is OF2, that is F. And the radius of curvature is O2F2 equal to R. Okay. But we are not making use of this. We first took this triangle AOB. And A prime OB prime is similar. So you got A prime B prime upon AB equal to OB prime upon OB. That was 1. Then we took this smaller triangle, this smaller one and this one. Here the two angles are vertically opposite, 2 are 90. So C F2O equal to A prime F2 B prime. They are similar. So here we got A prime B prime upon OC equal to F2 B prime upon F2O. But what did we see? This OC, these lines are parallel, so OC equal to AB, we replaced OC by AB. So this and this are equal, so this and this also have to be equal. So we put them equal, then we replace them. So we got V by minus U equal to V minus F upon F, cross multiplying and dividing by UVF, we have approached the length formula. Now what about the magnification? The magnification M is what? H prime upon H. Means ratio of the image to the ratio of the object. Okay. Now, what is H prime? H prime is A prime B prime, and this is AB. So A prime B prime upon AB is also equal to OB prime upon OB. So you can see here A prime B prime is actually the height of the image, and H is the height of the object. That is magnification. So H prime upon H is A prime B prime upon AB, but that is equal to OB prime upon OB. What is OB prime? OB prime is nothing but the image. So what is the image here? Formed at V. And what is the OB? OB is object distance, that is minus U, because it is on the left side. So we have length formula is minus. Yes, length formula is V upon U. Okay. I hope you have followed till here what the magnification is. Now in the magnification, there is one thing you need to see. The real object is here on the top side, which is plus H, and this is below. Can you see? the image is below. So actually we should have taken what the magnification is h prime upon h, but h prime is actually negative. So we have to take the negative. Why? H prime is negative. Are you following why it is negative? The image is real and inverted. So h prime is negative and u is also negative because it is on the left side. So the negative sign cuts and we are left with v upon u. So magnification is v upon u. In the mirror the magnification was minus v upon u. Here the magnification is v upon u. So this is the lens formula, 1 upon f equal to 1 upon v minus 1 upon u, and this is the magnification of the lens. So we have derived the formula and the magnification. So now we can do a few numericals to understand the concept in detail. So the question here is, a concave lens has focal length of 15 centimeter. At what distance should the object from the lens be placed so that it forms an image at 10 centimeter from the lens? Also find out the magnification. So what is the question given to you here? You have got a convex lens of focal length 15 centimeter. Okay. Now you remember in the concave lens the light after falling is diverged, so you trace it back. So the focal length of a concave mirror is also on the left side, so I have put a minus 15 centimeter. Okay. So you will have to remember these things for the mirror and the lenses. Suppose we are comparing the mirror and the lens. Okay, we will write U, V and F. In the mirror, the object is, okay, so which mirror are we talking about here? Let us write down the mirrors we are talking about. We are talking about the concave mirror and convex mirror, and the lens also convex lens and concave lens. We are just trying to figure out how we write. In the mirror, the object is always placed on the left side. So in all the four cases, the object is always placed on the left side, negative side. And in a concave mirror, when the image is real and inverted on the same side, real and inverted means what? The V will be negative. Okay, in one case when it is virtual and erect, the V will be positive. In the convex, the V is always what? Convex mirror, the V form will be positive. And the F in the concave mirror is negative because it is on the left side. In the convex mirror, the F is positive. For the convex lens, the image is formed on the right side. So V is always positive. In the last case, V becomes negative because it forms on the left side. In the concave, the image is always on the which side? Left side, so it remains negative. The focal length of a concave lens is positive on the right side, but for a concave it is on the left side, negative. So this is a sign convention. So for a concave lens, the focal length is on the left side, and it is said the image is also formed on the left side because it's a concave lens. It's a virtual erect image we will see. So the distance is minus 10. But where should we place the object to get certain image? So we have the formula 1 upon V minus 1 upon equal to 1 upon F. So we can write, we take the U on this side and V F on this side. So we can now write 1 upon V minus 1 upon F equal to 1 upon U. So what is our V? V is minus 10. What is our F? Minus 15 equal to 1 upon U. Okay? So this minus will turn plus. What is the LCM? LCM of 15 is 30. So minus 3 plus 2 upon 30 equal to 1 upon U, or minus 1 upon 30 equal to 1 upon U implies U equal to minus 30 centimeter. So the minus sign will definitely tell us that we have put the object on the left side. So when you place the object at minus 30, means if you place the object at 30 centimeter on the left side of a convex lens, the image will be formed at minus 10 centimeter provided the focal length is minus 15 centimeter. And the magnification M is equal to V upon U. What is the V? Minus 10. What is the U? minus 30. So 1 upon 3, negative sign cut, it is 0.33. Now magnification is 0.33 means it is less than 1. So less than 1 means the image is diminished, became smaller. So what do we get? The image is virtual and erect, diminished, and on the same side of the, it is always on the same side of the lens. Okay? So this is the first numerical we have done. Let us work out one more. The next question is a 2 centimeter tall object is placed perpendicular to the principal axis of a convex lens of focal length 10 centimeter. The distance of the object from the lens is 15 centimeter. Find the nature, position and size of image. Also find its magnification. Okay, so we are given this question. So let us work on it now. What are we given? A convex lens. On the convex lens, the focal length is on the other side, positive. So the focal length is 10 centimeter. The object is placed at 15 centimeter. We always place the object on the left side, so minus 15. Height of the object is given 2 centimeter. So we have to find the image distance, so nature and the height of the image also, and the magnification. So again, what is the mirror formula? 1 upon V minus 1 upon equal to 1 upon F. We have to find V. So we can write 1 upon V equal to 1 upon F plus 1 upon U. I have taken this on that side. So F is 10 plus 1 upon minus 15. Again, what is the LCM of minus 15 and 10 is 30. So we will get 3 minus 2 upon 30 equal to 1 upon 30. Implies V is equal to 30 centimeter. So V is positive. V is positive means the image is on the right side. Right side means it will be real. So it will be real and inverted. Yes, it will be real and inverted. So how will we get the inverted? So what we got? V equal to 30 centimeter. Now look at the magnification. What is the magnification? V upon U. V is how much? 30. And U is how much? Minus 15. So the magnification is minus 2. Minus 2 means, minus 2, what does minus 2 mean? Minus means inverted. So the right side showed it is real, minus shows it is inverted. So it is real and inverted. Okay? Now what is magnification? We got minus 2 is h prime upon h. So we have to find h prime. So minus 2 into h. What is the h? Is 2. So minus 2 into 2 equal to h prime equal to minus 4 centimeter. What does the minus 4 tell you? It is inverted. So we have what we have now. What you can see, where is the image? Now look here. The focal length is 10. Focal length is 10. So what is the radius of curvature? It will be 20. Are you following? If you look at the diagram, let me draw a rough diagram quickly for you to understand. If the focal length is at 10, the radius of curvature is at 20, but the image is formed at 30, means the image is formed beyond f2. Sorry, not beyond f2, 2f2. It's beyond the radius of curvature. So where is the image formed? Beyond 2f2. Okay? It is real and inverted and the size is 4 centimeter. So this is another numerical we have done on the lens formula. Now the next topic is power of the lens. Okay, now we see what is the power of a lens. So suppose I have got a convex lens and another convex lens. What do you observe here? This length is thicker and this length is thinner. Okay, now what does the thinner lens do? Is when light falls on it, it will converge the light, and if you look at this case, what do you observe? A thicker length bends the light more, so they converge at a nearer distance. A thinner lens bends the light less, so they converge at a far off distance. So power of lens is what actually? how much it can bend the light. Higher the power of the lens means higher it can bend the light. So thicker lens has got more power. Thicker lens has got more power. A thinner lens has got less power. A thinner lens will bend the light but very less, so they converge at a larger distance. A thicker lens will bend it faster. So more the thickness, more is the power. But you can see one other thing also. What you can notice here, if the thickness is more, means the focal length is smaller. How you know? If the thickness is more, means the circle is smaller. If the circle is smaller, the radius is smaller, the focal length is smaller. Here it is thin, so the circle is bigger. Circle is bigger means the radius is bigger, the focal length is bigger. Means if the focal length is more, then the power is more. Okay? Sorry, it is the inverse. Focal length is less. Focal length is less means thickness is more. So what you can see here, the power of the lens is inversely proportional to the focal length. This is the formula for power. It is inversely to focal length. Again, focal length is what? It is half of the radius of curvature. Now see this surface. It is thin, means it forms a bigger circle. So the radius is more, so focal length will be more. And when focal length is more, the lens is thinner. So it bends light, but the light meets at a far off distance. The bending is less. In a thicker lens, the light bends more. Because it bends more, it is at a shorter distance. So power of the lens, in both cases, this is I draw for convex lens. In a concave lens also, a thicker lens diverges light more. A thinner lens diverges light less. So power of the lens is the ability to diverge or converge light, and we see power is inversely proportional to F. Now, the unit of power is diopter. Diopter. And by the definition, what we have seen, 1 diopter power is there when the focal length is 1 meter. So 1 diopter we can say is 1 upon 1 meter. Okay? We don't write this formula, there is nothing like that, but this is for the focal length. So when the focal length is when the focal length of the mirror is 1 meter, the diopter is 1. Okay, the power is 1 diopter. We should write the power is 1 diopter. So when the focal length of the lens is 1, the power is 1 diopter. But just how we have done what we have done, say the focal length is 20 centimeter. So we have to convert this into meters. So it becomes 20 upon 100 or 1 upon 5. So if the focal length is 1 of the 5, the power will be 5 diopter. Okay, here also the positive and the negative sign will remain depending upon whether the lens is converging the light or diverging the light. It is a lens. But what we have seen here, if the focal length is 20 centimeter, you have to first convert the centimeter into meter. So if the focal length is 20 centimeter, the power of the lens is 5 diopter. Is it clear to you? So what is power of the lens? It is the ability of the lens to converge or diverge the light. Thicker the lens, more the conversion and divergence. Thinner the lens. Okay. So power of a convex lens is positive and concave lens is negative. Remember. How do you know that? Because the image is here on the right side. So remember like that. Where the image is formed, the power of a convex lens is positive. The power of a concave lens will be negative. Okay, and there is also one formula, the total, if you are taking a combination of lenses, then the total power P is equal to P1 plus P2, okay, Pn. Now where do you make use of this? So if you have been to a optician, if you have got specs, you are wearing specs, if you go to optician, how does he know exactly what combination of lens to use? So they have got lenses of 50 centimeter, 20 centimeter, 10 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 1 centimeter and so on. Now suppose you have got your eye lens to be say 23. Okay, the focal length you need is 23. So when he puts 10, you will see it blur. When he puts 20, you will see it blur. When he puts 25, you will see it blur. Okay, you will see it blur. But you can see very clearly between 20 and 25. So he puts 20, then 5. First you can see 20 more clearer, then you see at 5, but it's still blurred. So remove the 5 and put the 2. You will say yes, it is more clearer now. Then he puts the 1, you can see it is more clear now. So the combination of 20 and 2 and 1 give you what? 23. So this is the formula the opticians use to find out exactly. Okay, but that is the part of the next chapter, the correction of the eye. But here just I am giving the formula. The power of the lens is the combination of the power of the individual lenses. Yes, so here we are done with the chapter. I hope you liked this chapter, understood this chapter quite well. Now you need to revise the chapter again, go through all the exercises. Yes, we have done the chapter in bits and parts. Now what you need to do is go through all the videos again, try to connect the whole picture and understand the lesson of light. And just for the revision sake, what we considered here, we consider light travels in a straight line. We saw the mirrors and we saw the lenses, derived the formulas, did the numerical. Okay, so revise the chapter once more, try to understand the concept in detail. So I am going to end here. Thank you.